Welcome in, everybody, to our 41st episode of Mother's Jail. Tonight's episode begins our 11th and final chapter of this story, titled Atop the Morning Peak. Tonight's episode is titled Sanguine Snow. Last time when you all got together, you all attacked the city of Argente's Dominion in an attempt to liberate it from the control of the of the Draconic Legion. As the night before the attack, Ramiel had a dream spell where he got in touch with his sister Arya, who is currently in the Draconic Legion's lands and has actually been making something of a nuisance of herself ever since she left the Children of the Deep some months ago. You learned when talking to her. Inspo all
4
around.
years, holy smokes.
Great.
Oh my God, we've been
Inspo
doing
all.
this for 4
Fuck,
years.
that is 4 years.
Oh God. Oh, I'm old. Okay. But yes, after talking to Arya, you learned a few things. That she has been, one, making a nuisance out of herself, and two, that she has rescued 2 individuals who had become trapped in the Draconic Legion's lands. She has both Kelsifer, Arkwright, traveling with her, as well as Canis Mistal traveling with her. When she found out that you were going to a secret passageway through the mountains, she realized that that must be what a place called Dawngate is, as there is in her words, a tower that in kind of like a random spot in the mountains that doesn't really seem to guard anything, and so she thinks that that must be where the passageway lets out. Oh my goodness. Another inspo.
I want both my inspo, but cheers to 4 years.
All right, Mal, you got both your inspo. They said that they would go and capture the Dawngate, launch a surprise attack on it, so that when you guys arrived, you would be able to get through before they do something crazy like, I don't know, drop a boulder on you or something like that, or bar the passageway, or detonate the canyon. A number of things that could happen that would prevent you from passing through. They decided to just go take the Dawngate so that that doesn't happen. With that, you all went into battle and attacked the city of Argente's Dominion. It was a heck of a fight, as the dark side, which was already still partially damaged, ended up making a crash landing with all of you on it as you smashed into one of the upper temples of the city, where the king and queen were being held, or the lord and lady, I should say, not king and queen. You were accompanied by Riki of the Argenti, who is the one who came and told you about this plan all to start with. And as you made your way in, you found something terrifying, as you discovered that they have been working on their former prototypes of the Naga and have made better ones. And these ones were spooky. They were scary and they hit hard. But you were able to defeat all of them. Unfortunately, the Lord and Lady were not so fortunate, as they had already been killed when you got there. And in that moment, it was revealed that Riki is their daughter and was the one sent away to try and bring help back. She did not take it well. But she is not the only one who perished in this fight, for while Argente's Dominion has been liberated, there were a number of heroes that gave their lives in the pursuit of that. Luca of the Scarlet, Melisandre Sunvale, Raven Lyra, Meg Blackhand, Admiral Sanu of the Verde, and Rain Dumorn were all killed in this fight, which was pretty brutal.
For sure.
That said, the battle has nevertheless been victorious, and you are now, so long as this passageway actually exists, in the clear to make your way through the mountains towards the Draconic Legion's main territory near Ivory's Solitude, and just to the northwest of it, the Morning Peak, where Drahana's temple is. So we're going to pick up the middle of the next day, as there's been a day to, gather the dead, start burying them, burning them on pyres, however their rites dictate they be laid to rest, to let the people of the city know that they have been freed, that they are liberated, and that the children of the deep are not here as conquerors, but as liberators.
Hang our mission accomplished banners.
Yep, hang a mission accomplished banner, exactly. Love that. Riki of the Argenti has also been informed that with her parents gone, she is now in charge of Argenti's dominion, which is a big responsibility for her, given that she is 20. But she's got it. She's not feeling stressed out or pressured at all.
Mood.
I mean, honestly, who would be?
Yeah, no, that's fine. So you all eventually got a night's rest, so you do all get a long rest. I would not say it was a particularly restful night, given some of the losses. But you are all able to take a long rest, and in the morning, when you're awakened and handed your rations for the day, one of your people comes up to you, Ayla. Actually, we'll say it's Violet, as she approaches and looks at you, trying to think about how she wants to phrase this. General. Commander. Good job.
I think Ayla is just bluntly stunned.
I would say Violet is too. She had to bury Rain this morning. She looks at you. She gives like a frustrated look, like her language is failing her. Make it worth it.
I will. I can't let them die for nothing.
She nods. I had planned to stay for Rain. When this is over, I will go home.
Like we said, it's your choice. We'll do our best to get you there.
She nods. Then I will continue to fight here. I will protect this place until you are victorious.
Trying to think of how Ayla would say this. I won't disrespect her sacrifice and say that. No, I won't say that. But I'll make it worth it.
She nods. This is good. I have felt strange all morning. I felt like I thought maybe grief, but something is different.
Different how?
It hurts. My head. Like eyes on me.
Like you felt like you're being watched?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
I could have someone check you over for, like, drying magic?
She nods. That would probably be wise.
Probably send for, I guess, Ramiel and Lana's here, right? And
Saria, yeah.
presumably still a very powerful wizard.
Yes, Saria Broxborn is a very powerful wizard.
Oh, yeah, I forgot without the Future Whispers timeline, she doesn't change her name to Lana, does she?
No, because her girlfriend doesn't die.
Ah,
She,
keeping
so
track
Surya
of this.
comes over and smiles. Commander, you, I know when we have to bury people close to us, it never feels like it, but it was a well-won battle.
I feel like I'm going to be saying this a lot, but I won't let their sacrifice be for nothing.
Sometimes I wonder if that's not the sole job of a commanding officer.
It's starting to feel like it.
What can I do for you?
Would you be able to check someone for, like, scrying spells? Violet says she's felt like she has eyes on her all day and seemed odd.
But of course, Violet, I'm going to cast some magic on you. Nothing to worry about. Violet nods, like, clearly, like, translating the words in her head, but she nods eventually. Yes, that is fine. She starts to cast magic and furrows her brow as she looks her over. There is a scrying spell on her right now, but it's not like anything I've ever felt before. It's Fey in origins, I think.
Would Ayla have any idea? Well, I guess I know about the Fae if I have, Titania's
Yeah,
prophecy.
you've heard of, like, the Fey Forest.
Fae, like Titania Fae Forest Fae?
Sort of, yes. It doesn't necessarily feel like that, but the magical energies are similar.
Similar, but not close enough for you to be comfortable calling it the same?
She nods. I'm afraid so. I don't sense any demonic element to it or fiendish element to it. It feels fey in nature, just it doesn't resonate with the same kinds of signatures that I'm used to. Say, someone walks out of the fey forest with amnesia. Well, they usually have a fey curse on them when that happens, but that feels different than this.
So maybe a different kind of Fae?
Perhaps. Be possible. I could try to block it, if you would like.
I leave that up to her.
She kind of crosses her arms and then shakes her head. No. No, do not. Her lips kind of curl into a smile, and she nods. I have good news for you, Commander. I think you are going to have more help arriving here shortly.
As in, from whatever Faye is watching you?
She nods. And it's only a moment later when she kind of clutches her head suddenly as if something is pulling on her. And then a circle appears on the ground and an orb shoots up out of it, and two individuals are standing in it. One of them looks like springtime incarnate. She's got this bright, flowing blonde hair. She's got this kind of a very youthful face. She's wearing a spring dress. And when I say a spring dress, I mean literally like leaves and long grasses and stuff. The other one is a scrawnier individual with deep blue hair that's braided with a bunch of like tools in it. And she stumbles to her feet. Oh. All right, Mina, that was a lot. And the Fae looks over at her. Well, what do you think? We're jumping between realities.
Important note.
No, you don't
Can
speak
I
the
understand
language.
them?
No, you don't speak anything. You don't speak the language. Until Violet looks at them and runs over and hugs the blue-haired one really tightly, and then pulls the blonde-haired one into the hug. As she looks and she starts speaking something in a language you do not understand, before Mina nods and taps each of them, and then they can understand you. The blue-haired one looks over, goes, "Hey, don't know who you are, but you've got a thing going on. Love that for you. This is my sister, so we're gonna need to borrow her."
She's free to go when she likes.
Cool. Hey, not for nothing. Do you have lightning in you? Because it looks like you have lightning in you.
Yeah, probably more than is healthy.
I don't know if you know this, but almost any amount is more than is healthy. Like, you have some in your brain, but outside of that, no. That's not good. Violet nudges her. How's your head? Oh yeah, I'm fine. Actually. I'm really fine, actually. Weirdly fine. She looks at Mina. Any thoughts? I don't know. Maybe your other half didn't make the trip. Oh. Well, that's probably fine. Sure that'll work out well. Yeah, don't worry about it. No, we're good. Well, nice to meet you. I'm Cobalt. This is Mina. She's Princess of the Fae. So, just a thing.
I kind of gathered from the whole vibe, if I'm honest.
Yeah, she's Spring Court. You have no idea what that is. Okay, cool.
Well, welcome to Serene, I guess.
Serene. Is it peaceful here?
Fuck no, you're in the middle of a war.
It's a horrible name. This place sucks. I hate it.
Look, I didn't name it.
Yeah.
Everything
You to come up with something more creative.
Everything I know about this place so far is a lie.
All right. Well, cool. So we're gonna go. Mina, go ahead and do your thing. Mina nods. So nice meeting you. What was your name?
Ayla.
Ayla. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Okay. Well, we're gonna go now. And she traces another circle in the ground and holds her hand out. And nothing happens. Uh-oh. Cobalt looks at her. I don't like uh-oh. What's uh-oh? Where's your spring court?
I mean, I know of some Fae, but they're on a different continent.
Okay, so this is just a theory, but if they don't have a spring court here, that's not good for me. Most of my power is drawn from that. Cobalt just looks at her. Are you saying we're stuck here? No, I'm not saying we're stuck here. I'm just saying we can't leave right now. We need to have a talk about definitions. Okay. Hey, good news. We're going to be sticking around for a little bit. How long till you can fix this? I don't know, until I can establish a spring court. Great. For a bit. Violet nods. Commander, excuse us. I'm going to go fill them in on some
No
some
worries.
things.
Look, you just set the bar for the weirdest thing I've seen all week, and that was after fighting a corrupted Kraken, so...
Cobalt looks up. A corrupted what? Wait, what? That sounds sick as hell. Never mind. This place kicks ass. Wait. What are your hells like? Maybe we can go fuck up some of their devils.
I mean, we're fighting against a demon, if that helps.
Yes, it helps. That's so cool. We fought against a demon once. Ugh. I mean, that's a bad example. But, yeah, no, I love it. Which one? Like Pazuzu?
So we call her Dragon, and she
Not
is...
a creative name.
Well,
What
she's
about
a
the-
massive bitch.
Well, yeah, a lot of them are, but okay.
Are you trying to make fun of yourself
Big
as
on-
a writer?
Yeah, correct.
Big on,
Okay, just making sure.
big on the whole ending the world thing, and, you know,
That sounds right.
we don't really want the world to end, so, you know, fuck her. Except don't.
All right. I'm going to need fluorine.
Just gonna look at Lana, or, Saria.
Saria shrugs. She doesn't know what that means.
Best I can do... I'm just guessing off the tools in your hair, we have some people that are engineers. They might be able to help you.
Outstanding. Show me to them. Violet's like, I'll take her. Just, she like picks up her sister and walks off with her. What? 4 episodes from the end of the game and I'm introducing new characters? That's not what gets you
New.
famous.
That's not what gets you famous.
This is George R. R. Martin bullshit.
Now I'm just realizing what having a conversation with me is like.
Yeah. All right. You got to meet one of your own characters. It's always fun.
I think following that up, I'm gonna go find Layla and maybe get a checkup on the whole lightning thing. Oh shit, we had Dawn, didn't we?
You did. I need you to roll a d4.
Oh boy. 4.
Great. Add 4 stacks 11.
Isn't it D4 plus 1?
Yeah, sorry. Add 5 stacks 11.
Oh no.
You feel
26!
you feel a little toasty today.
Toasty how?
like you've
the sun
got
is nice and warm in this icy hell?
like you've got 26 stacks 11 running through you. I don't know.
Does it still feel good?
I'd say it feels good.
What does she smell like?
Ozone, probably.
Yeah, I was at ozone. I would go with.
Also first guess.
She smells like 5 minutes before a rave opens up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
All
go
right, so you
find
go see
Layla
Layla. Yeah.
and be like, so this isn't getting any better, and I feel like it can't be healthy, but it feels great, and I maybe
that-
need some answers.
All right. Well, you feeling okay during it's at least a good first sign.
So you remember, like, before, like, you know, when it would build up, and then, like, that time I sneezed and vaporized a wall, like, I kind of felt like I was going to explode.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that anymore, and I have a lot more right now, because every time I try to get rid of it, it just builds up instead.
Hmm. Well, none of my training covered anything quite like this.
Yeah,
but,
weirdly, you didn't hit that in medical school.
I just start with basic vitals.
I would say
Maybe
her
you'll
heart
get
rate's a
famous
little
off
fast.
of my case.
I would say her heart
Maybe
rate's
you'll-
running a little fast.
Maybe you'll get famous off my case.
Well, here. Do you feel your own pulse? Here. And hand on
Allie? Do I?
Yeah.
Now, do you feel my pulse here?
Hers is slower.
Okay, like, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what normal is for you, but that seems kind of slow.
It's normal. So that's a little concerning, but you said you don't feel...
No, I feel great. Like, I feel like I could just run, like, around the city a couple times.
And you haven't...
Probably fly, actually.
You haven't taken any powders recently, have you?
No. Ramiel
mean-
did rip that lightning dragon out of me yesterday, though, and
Very, very good of you as a
different.
doctor to immediately go to drug test. Gonna need you to pee in a cup.
Ramiel did rip that lightning dragon out of me yesterday, and since then I have felt different.
That makes sense. That's probably related.
The phrase watermelon through a keyhole comes to mind.
I thought that. Okay. No, that was last Tuesday.
And she's just stumped, speechless, just puzzled look. Blinks several times. Well, well, dear, I really don't know. We might need... We might need some, consultation from somebody more versed overall in magic. That seems relevant.
Maria's gonna get real annoyed with me having her keep, running across camp. Unless you had someone else in mind.
I mean...
Ramiel would make sense, actually.
That it would probably be wise to involve him as well, but she is our foremost expert.
Yeah, maybe we get her, Ramiel, and just gonna go off on a limb here, maybe Shizu.
Also a good idea.
All right.
I'm gonna send people to grab them.
All right. So Ramiel and Shizu and Saria are going to be summoned to you. Meanwhile, Nova and Brayley, what are you two up to?
Yeah, what are we doing, Brayley?
No,
The day after a big battle, you're getting ready to set out for the final push of this mission. So, I don't know. What do you think Brayley's up to?
Want to take a walk?
she probably want to spend some time
Mushrooms.
outside for sure.
Amen. It is extremely cold here. You are on the southernmost city of Mother's Jail. This is the closest city to the Arctic Circle. So it's a little brisk, but you are able to head outside.
Nova shivering.
Brayley, it doesn't even bother you much. You seem fine.
I do not have the fur.
Oh, I can help with that, and Brayley will just like wolf
Aw.
up and like carry her.
Just hold her in front of you and carry her as you walk.
I accept this. This is good.
A barely hug.
I
Love that.
I can accept the barely hug and being the baby here. This is good. I have
Is there sightseeing here?
I mean, it is a city that was until very recently under occupation. So I would say there's a lot of people who are rebuilding and trying to start piecing their lives back together. There is one thing I would say that's of interest, although a lot of it has been destroyed, unfortunately. On the southeast side of town, as you're going, there is a large walled-off area, walled off on three sides, and there's a gate on the front side, which is open currently. And as you step in, you see that it is this large field of ice sculptures of all different types of people. Like there's ones of heroes, there's ones of mythological figures, there's ones of different creatures that are said to exist around here. It's like this collection of ice artwork, and unfortunately in the battle, a lot of it was destroyed, but some of it is still there and very beautiful.
Oh my, this is quite lovely.
So, do you think they were like? Is it the artist is nearby?
Well, considering the different way it looks, I'm not sure if it was just one artist, but
And indeed, as you look at some of the bases, there's like little inscriptions in them. There seems to have been, over the decades or the centuries of the city being here, there's probably been thousands of artists who have contributed to this growing piece. And so that is the true tragedy of some of the destruction of it, is the artists are dead for centuries.
do you know your way around ice magic?
That's a great question. I think she does, but I don't have anything loaded up.
As a druid, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I know.
Should I make a sculpture?
I think you are. I've seen how your topiary is. I think you could do it quite well.
Is there like a spot that's like she could put a sculpture?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This place has many spaces still open. So yeah, you could absolutely go over and find like a vacant spot and create a sculpture. What do you want to make?
The thirst.
She asked with hesitation.
So, yeah,
We
I
may
was
want to
about
be
say-
respectful on this
I
one.
was about to say my first thought is, and then I just accidentally said thirst.
Freudian
Thirst
slip.
thought.
The first thirst. What would Brayley do? Brayley's gonna look at Nova. There's a nice spot right here. Do you have any ideas? I could make something.
They smile. I think you will like this one. It is a good combination of honorable, respectful, and thirsty.
I love that.
Do you remember the barbarian women that came running down?
I
think-
I,
I think they could use some honoring, don't you think?
yeah, you're right. They do.
Am I crazy?
No, it makes sense.
That was an
Wait.
excellent pick.
How many of them died?
A fair number of them perished in the fight. Probably.
It's a
See, there was a-
memorial to their brave
mean,
work.
Let me
They
see.
went through the ice and then.
It wasn't the ice that killed them. I promise you that they were fine with that part.
Yes.
All right, let's see. The Silver Reach Berserkers. So there's about 100 of them. So I would say probably about 20 or 30 of them perished in this fight. The other 70 or so kind of laugh, call them all bitches, and just go on like partying.
Oh my god.
So perhaps they may not honor their fallen, but we can.
They do honor their fallen by partying.
Pour one out.
Okay.
In their words, crying is for wussies.
Okay, well,
Well, I think that's a great idea. And then Braylee will kind of. I think she'll do one that's like a larger figure with like smaller figures around it, kind of like honoring that there was a group of people, but it's very detailed.
It is
It is
very
it's ice
detailed.
sculpture, after all, you know.
Yeah, no. It's you create this this piece of the group, and no, but there's definitely a moment where you're like, did you have to? Do you really think it like added anything that you detailed the labia? And Braylee says, you don't understand art.
I mean, that's fair. I know music. I don't know sculptures.
I appreciate the form, the human form.
I have
the lady
seen you.
form.
You do appreciate forms. I have witnessed this. Yes.
There's nice form.
They do have nice form.
They do have nice forms.
If the Serene book does well, and I go ahead and make a Mother's Jail book afterwards, you can bet the Silver Reach Berserkers will be the barbarian subclass for that one.
Well,
We'll have to draw the actual.
maybe the lore should be tweaked a little for PG-13 reasons.
Blur it out.
That can be the After Dark version.
Just have their weapons strategically covering parts of them.
Really, have you considered what life looks for you after this?
Not really. Kind of just going every day by day, I feel. I mean, I've almost died how many times? We've almost died how many times? It's kind of day by day.
Well, let's imagine that we succeed, dragon is defeated, and peace envelops the world once more. You have a long life ahead of you.
I never really thought about it. I do have some blessings to give out.
That you do.
How about you?
I'd like to try music again. I for so long had, put myself away from that. I never considered that it would be, something I could do. But, eventually I will die of, hopefully, ideally, either natural causes or, exciting causes. And, Rashira will take my place.
I don't want to think about you dying.
Well, I suppose that is a good thing. I'm not sure if I'm really... Well, I suppose the way I am now will be gone, but not completely gone.
If I'm gonna be around for a long time, I'll definitely look for you, Rashia, and you again.
Well, if you find Rashira again, then, I can invade your dreams for old time's sake.
I love that.
You hear in your head Rashira go, "Oh, please let me be gay in the next lifetime."
Say, please let me be gay.
She says, "Please let me be gay."
I mean, Braylee's a changeling. She can be
That's
whatever.
true. That's true. She could also go for Rojo Picante.
Yeah, Braylee can have two
my
15-pound
God.
dicks, and it'll be great.
I say we had
There's a
extensive.
throwback.
Wait till Callie's not drinking.
We've
No,
had
no.
extensive
He
discussions
just
about the
spit it
implications of changelings.
We did. That did
We
happen in our Discord.
And I think about it. all
I
the
stand
time.
by. I stand by the science.
As
Well,
far as I could tell, the math checked out.
well, Barry, if you have not gotten sick of me yet, find me. And I promise I will find you.
Oh, that's romantic. Brayley will kiss. Ooh,
Yeah.
smooch.
Ooh, little smoochy smooch.
All smoochy smooch.
All
Let's talk about our eternal love.
right. Love it. Ramiel, you are called along with Saria and Shizu to go meet up and check in on Ayla and Layla. Shizu has a shiny new scar that she's wearing from a pretty severe cut that she took, but she is still standing. And her company, the Mitra Glorianda Rhyme Legion, performed very well in that fight, and she seems to be quite proud of them right now. Shizu looks at you and raises her eyebrows, Ayla. Hey, you got lightning in you.
Shocking, I know.
Ah.
I'm not there, but I appreciate the pun.
Yeah, since yesterday, it's been, different.
Saria approaches you. She, like, holds out, like, a, little piece of metal and just, like, sees a bit of lightning arc up onto it. Yee.
Yeah,
Now,
so, like-
question: what does she feel? Would it be like sticking a fork in a socket?
Well, she does drop it pretty quickly, but so you're not sure. But she's like,
Probably not pleasant.
all right, don't do that, she says, and rubs her fingers on her tunic. Okay.
Yeah, so,
Doesn't hurt?
okay. Remember how we were going off the theory of, it's the curse from Dracana and, like, what... Yeah, it feels different now that he ripped that, and she'll point to Ramiel, ripped the dragon thing out of me yesterday.
Okay.
Because, like, before it would get to a point and I'd kind of feel like I was going to explode, which, like, that time I sneezed and vaporized a wall. But now it just kind of keeps building and I feel great. And that feels like it maybe should be concerning.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. They didn't cover this one even in advanced evocation. Let's see.
They apparently
Well-
don't cover it in medical training either. So,
I
I
wouldn't
was gonna
think
say,
so.
presumably I'm there.
Normally, once you get a certain amount of electricity and you just die, because it stops your
maybe
heart.
this will make you famous.
And her
I'm
More
already
famous.
famous.
More famous? Medically famous?
Okay.
her vitals are out of sync with normal.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Well,
It's all very alarming.
yeah. So that's before we tackle that you're a tiefling and an ASMR at the same time, which I've never heard of. So your physiology
ASMR?
is already abnormal, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a curse from an ancient dragon on you.
Mm-hmm.
You have a Fey prophecy on you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you see how this is making it very hard to be scientifically accurate with anything?
There are a lot of variables.
Well, there's just no baseline to draw against for any of this. Here's my best guess. Either you're going to die in 2 seconds. Solid. Or this is going to keep building up until eventually your form can't hold it anymore.
Okay, that sounds really ominous.
Yeah. It wasn't meant to sound good. You
Mhm,
can't
mhm.
keep building up more power forever and not eventually have something give. Your
See, you
body
say
can only
that-
hold so much.
but I'm already like 6 times over where I would have exploded before.
I have one other theory. There have been reports throughout history of some individuals, when they have begun to spark, feeling it for days, even weeks before it actually happens. I suppose you are the commander of this army and have a great deal of people having put their faith in you. It's not entirely out of the realm of possibility that you're beginning to spark.
You know, calling it sparking feels a little on the nose if this is what's happening.
Hey, I didn't write it. Some hack did that.
So I'm either going to explode or not be me. Great.
You got an ancient dragon curse on you. I don't know that there's a lot of happy endings that come with that. Isn't your prophecy that you die in this fight?
Potentially, depending on how you squint at it, given it is a Fey prophecy.
Yeah, well, those suck. Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to suggest. Hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
So expect to explode, hope not to.
Yeah.
Alright, that's what baseline has been since got the lightning in the first place.
Great. Nothing's changed. That said, I would maybe refrain from, like, building it up too quickly. Or not. If you want to find out what's going to happen real quick, just go for it.
I don't like this.
I feel like I'd have several very angry partners if I did that.
You would.
Yeah.
That is the risk of being poly. You have more than one person mad.
Alright, well, I should go find them. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Well. Sorry, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Well, at least I'm not in agony.
Shizu
Could be
looks over
worse.
at her. Kind of sounds like you didn't hate it that much. Suri's like, I mean, this is at least cool. Like, I've had to, tell people they're, wasting away. That sucks. You're at least going to
Yeah.
go out with a bang, literally.
Well, if you see a very bright flash... Yeah... Well, no. Who knows how... You know what? Never mind.
Keep an eye out.
If you hear a really loud sneeze and then, half the city disappears...
Duly noted. Surya makes note to stay near the shore.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go find Asuka, Nova, Brayley...
The polycule.
Yeah, that would have been
Yeah.
the fast way to say it.
As you set up the polycule signal in the air. Assemble!
Oh dear.
Immoral
Alright.
reminder. Assemble.
What's the symbol in the sky?
I was gonna
look
say absolutely. What is the symbol?
like?
I mean, it's gotta be... We all know what Asuka would make it.
Yeah. Anyway.
It should be something nice, like a pair of wings.
Yeah, there
Then
you
fold
go.
over.
Yeah, with some tiefling horns coming out of it.
Anyway,
Make that work. We can do that.
No, for sure.
so we assemble.
The polycule assembles.
So have you figured out what is going on?
Ah.
Oh, you have bad
Eh.
news. All right.
You smell like a rave.
The short answer is medical mystery, because Tiefling and ASMR and Cursed by it, you get the picture. So either I'm going to explode into about 1 billion tiny pieces, or Surya did throw out the idea that this might be the most literal case of sparking in the history of Serene.
Is sparking usually like this? That is.
It can apparently happen for a while beforehand.
Oh.
Asuka walks over and kind of like starts straightening your jacket out. No. Nope, neither of those are acceptable. I just had to bury Rain this morning. I'm not losing you.
What's sparking again?
Turning into a god.
Does that knowledge Brayley would know?
Yeah, everyone knows what sparking is.
Okay, good.
Yeah, when your spark ignites, that is becoming a god
Yeah.
or a dread demon.
Oh,
Have positive thoughts for.
Could go either way.
Yeah, just have.
Yeah, I would start really encouraging everyone to have real positive thoughts for Ayla right now. You do not want to see her turn into a dread demon. What a twist.
With a twist.
should be a hot dread demon though.
That would make for a good stinger on the campaign.
It'd be shocking.
Hey!
It'd be
Oh my God.
like, talk about something I would have had to talk about with Kara like long before we got
Like-
here. Hey, I've got an idea. What if you're the villain?
Surprise, bitches!
Oh, that'd be brutal. No. Yeah.
I see. All right. Well, what do we do?
I was told hope for the best and expect the worst, but
Well, that is shitty medical advice.
well, to be fair, Saria's not a doctor, and Layla was. Well, they don't cover this in any medical training because
Overwhelmed.
tiny bit of lightning is bad, and this is.
Well, now I see why Saria is not a doctor.
Can you slow it down? At least?
I cannot use it.
You could try.
Kind of.
Maybe it'll work today.
I would recommend you avoid strenuous activities.
Yeah, like saving the world. I wouldn't do that.
Oh,
but,
fucking.
Wait, what?
Really, I swear
It
to
does
God.
still build up day to day.
So does it?
At least I don't feel like I'm going to explode anymore.
Does releasing it not do any things anymore, then?
Builds.
Seems to do the opposite now.
Well, perhaps one of the whispers will know something once this is all over. I mean, we haven't asked another god yet.
Where do we,
Hypothetically, have you considered maybe poking Rialta? Because, look, as much as the Winter Matrons are great, they don't feel like the right vibe for this.
You definitely hear in your head, what's that supposed to mean? No, say it. You think I'm dumb.
It's in her head?
You hear another voice in your head that goes, Caldana, shut up.
Oh, shit, they talked to us in her head? I didn't know that. Hey, Rialta.
what would
Eh,
Garrus be
just
saying?
throw it on Ayla's pile of issues. It's fine.
More, I think Ayla's just gonna respond. More, I was thinking maybe we ask the one that's called the Guiding Star for guidance.
And dealing.
You don't actually hear them. No,
Oh. Well.
you're fine.
I will offer a prayer in her direction and see if she says anything.
All right. What do you pray?
I know you charged me with helping with grief, but well, if we don't have a reason to grieve yet, I'd like to know if there are further advice of what Ayla needs.
You hear one word back from Peralta. Faith.
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 Ruh-roh.
They kind of
What?
blink. I, of course, had to get someone with the most cryptic answers. All she says is faith.
Listen, you got the autistic goddess. What do you want?
Oh boy.
On our
Told you everything you need.
in our Sunday game, one of the players met Martine.
Yeah, how'd that go?
He's doing pretty good. He'd been in the Geistmore for the last, like 800 years at that point, but
Why hasn't he reincarnated yet?
he hasn't because he had to stay. He had things to do. He had to talk to this person 800 years later.
That sucks. Should we all to say hi to him at least?
Yeah, occasionally.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's something.
But no, they're doing fine. They're doing fine. He was we were reminded that he is a very patient man.
He is a very patient man.
I think Ayla just kind of. Sorry, I'm assuming you tell us that.
Oh, I did, yes. All she says... I said literally what I said. Why did I have to get the cryptic one? She says faith.
I think Ayla kind of buries her head in her hands. Is it cryptic, though?
Well, have faith for what?
If the option of me not exploding is me sparking... Doesn't feel
Right.
that cryptic.
Well, then you better answer our prayers after that. You've got the bigger responsibility.
Oscar wraps her arms around you and is like, "No, mine."
Well, I suppose I
Always
would
be both
rather
of
have
yours.
faith in that than you exploding.
All right. A long time ago, there was the goddess of one. You're going to be the goddess of three.
Admittedly, a less cool name, but
Well,
I mean,
too bad. Only people she has to impress are the three of us.
fair enough.
I... At least the Whispers changed the rules, so, like, I can stick around if that does happen.
That is true. You're not
I mean-
exactly just gone from us.
The Winter Matrons, fuck, they have kids.
True.
Like, young ones. ASMR's still getting her first feathers.
That's Rialto's children as well. Hell, we've been hanging out with Melody's kiddos this time.
Well, they all have kids, right?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
if
my
there's-
point was not, well, I guess, not adult children. Children that still need their parents, so
Well, very well. I will have faith that you will be around still. And
be your
whatever-
personal little rain cloud.
Yes.
Hovering under the honey tree.
Ramiel, as indeed you were pretty grouchy about having to be pulled away from Orion, who's I wouldn't say Ryan's inconsolable. He's having a tough day. Obviously, you know, he lost a soldier. That's hard. It's hard for anybody. Like Ayla, he's having to kind of make his peace with, you know, I'll make sure that sacrifice wasn't in vain, and he's going to try and keep moving. So he's having a tough day, but he's, you know, soldiering on. Not anything like what like Kelsey and Yuki are going through today. Kelsey has not been seen since. She has done nothing but work on the dark side since, and Yuki has also not left her room. They are having a tough day.
Oh, I probably should have gone seeing her, considering my
Or
charge.
just go see her.
You can, yep, you can go see them.
Don't worry. I mean, that's not a big deal right now.
But as you return to Orion's chambers, Ramiel, it isn't Ramiel who is in there. Or it isn't Orion who's in there, I should say.
Raphael, you don't see yourself in the mirror.
Hello? Hello?
Oh no!
No. As you enter into those chambers, sitting on Orion's bed and just kind of kicking her feet off the edge of it is your mom. She's doing a little hum to herself like and she kind of looks up when you enter and waves to you. Hey.
Hello, Mum.
She hops up to her feet. Yeah, those days after battles are the worst, aren't they?
They are when you personally know who we lose.
Mm-hmm.
I also
Ramiel.
say I've not known anyone who we haven't lost, but this hit way closer to home than I realized.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about Melly. Ramiel, I have to say something to you, and I don't know that I actually have the courage to say it. She bites at her lip. You've never seen your mother in her entire life look this down.
And immediately, he rushes to her side.
She looks at you. Ramiel, I'm going to say this, and I need you to really hear me. I know I tend to be kind of silly and fun and happy as often as I can be, but I'm serious right now. I need you to hear this.
Okay.
I was wrong. Everyone can be redeemed, but not everyone will be. Some people don't think what they're doing is wrong. They think that they are good and righteous, and they will not be told or shown otherwise. I've spent 20 years trying to show Drahana, trying to fulfill my promise to her, that I would show her that the world could love her. But she won't see it. And from my inaction, hundreds of thousands of people have died. And now you're going there. Now it's cost Melly. It's cost Rain. I was wrong. Ramiel Larest, it is not a sin to protect this world. I've given up my ability to make true and lasting change. So now my greatest sin of all comes to bear, that I have to place this on your shoulders. Go, face her, and do what must be done. And know that you have my blessing, that I will not think less of you. Nay, I will be proud that you have the courage to do what I didn't. She hugs you
See-
so tightly.
Mum, you weren't wrong. You did what you thought was right. You saw the good in people. People who were like me, who didn't think that they had any good left in them.
Yes.
You don't give up on those people. Not when they themselves have long given up on hope.
She nods. Ramiel, if I believed that anything could be done that would reach her, I would keep trying. And maybe there is. Maybe deep down somewhere there is, but I now know what the price will be of finding it. I'm not willing to pay it. Look around this city. Enough people have lost their parents. Enough people have buried loved ones. All for her anger. She cannot see anything but it. She will not rest until every soul on this planet is turned to ash. Would that I could have seen that 20 years ago. And then maybe the Whispers and I would have just taken care of it. But we didn't. It is not wrong to believe in someone. No, that is a good and honorable thing to do. But it is not bravery to ignore reality, no matter how unpleasant it is. Ramiel, eventually, it isn't what's inside that counts. Eventually, you have to do something good.
Mum, I have a confession to make.
Well, I am a goddess, so it would be very appropriate for you to confess to me. In fact, I'd like to introduce you to the confession purse.
Oh dear.
What is it with you and purses?
Melody
Is
has
going to-
one idea.
Correct. Look, she sits there with her tongue blepped out half the time. She has got 2 brain cells.
I will tax the world to a better state for
I
its
mean, she
bad
was told she-
behavior.
She was told she had to make money for her church, so
No, true, true. She
got-
does. She does have 2 brain cells, and they're both with Tashira.
Yeah, she currently has her tongue blepped out a little bit, and when she blinks one eye and then the other.
I love the toe blink so much.
That's a condition.
that's a problem.
Did you blink or did you just double wink at me?
when you gave me, when you assigned me as your champion, I still had. I was still resolved to end Dracana's reign of terror. She took so much from so many people that I know and love. And the more I learned of this war, the more I learned how personal it became for me. She took my family away, and she's trying to do it again. And I was prepared to give my life if it meant ending her. I was going to be the reason your promise to her would break. Because I could not find it in myself to see what good you thought you saw in her. I was angry. I wanted her to pay for what she did. But I think over the past few months that resolution, that conviction has changed a little. I want to fight. I want to do my part in ending this war, in ending Dracana, stopping her. Not because I'm angry, but because I don't want my grandmother to keep hurting people, to keep hurting her descendants. She slew her son. I can't imagine how unbearable that must have been for her.
Melody smiles at you very proudly, and she nods. One correction to what you just said. You are not the reason that my promise to her is broken. She is.
You can extend a hand to people who have lost their way, but it is entirely up to them to take it.
Melody nods. Precisely so, my son. You have my blessing. Slay her not in anger or in vengeance, but in righteousness.
There's a light bulb that pops in his head.
She looks up. Ooh.
Not literally, but you
Yeah,
know,
she sees it.
idea.
Yeah, no, she sees the light bulb though.
In fact, I'm going to make a bold declaration here and now.
Why should today be any different?
Oh, well, I learned I could do this fairly recently, in fact. Shall we step outside?
Yes. She takes out her lute and starts to play behind you as you make your bold declaration. Actually, she gets out a horn first and plays it.
I know,
She plays the horn of urgency.
you won't be needing that where we're going.
Oh, okay.
Though you might want to stand back a couple of feet away.
She takes 2 steps back.
And he's gonna give her a thumbs up. close his eyes, big inhale, and let out this guttural roar as he casts draconic transformation.
Oh. You let out an earth-shattering roar. It carries across the mountains. It carries impossible distances.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah,
And
everyone in the city hears a dragon roar in the middle.
I feel like a lot of them are grabbing weapons and running in your direction.
Oh shit, we're under attack.
a
And,
few moments later, you
and-
hear you hear 6 other roars call out back at you.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
And in semi-dragon form, he's gonna look at that, nod, look at Melody, offer him his hand,
She takes it.
and gonna princess carry his own mom,
Oh.
and the wings will sprout, and we are going to shoot up. We're gonna do a double dash for this, so it's gonna be 120 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And just right above the city, he's going to open his mouth, and he's going to do a breath, and it's going to be this it's going to be like lightning crackling,
Mm-hmm.
but more like lightning crackling with like sparkly bits in it.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I love that. Ayla, you look upon this and go, "Ooh, that looks tasty." Your tummy growls.
I mean, I
Am
thought
I
you were gonna,
hungry for lightning now?
Sounds good to you.
I thought you were gonna say Ayla, it all hits you.
I
Like
mean,
like
she
fucked
might
up
be like.
Tesla coil.
Actually, that. Hmm.
Melody claps for you.
Do we see this happening in the sky?
Oh, yeah. I think it would be
Probably.
hard to miss, 'cause I'm pretty sure when you heard the dragon roar, you ran outside.
Yeah, I feel like Ayla was
Started
halfway there
looking
before it
around.
processed of, oh, that's Ramiel.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Somehow.
hold up.
Damn, is
I
everybody a
have
lightning
this.
dragon?
I have this.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, with sparkles?
Yeah,
With
both
sparkles,
sparkles.
yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Very sparkly dragon. That would be Ramiel. I hope Orion is seeing this.
Hopefully that's enough of a bold declaration.
Melody smiles at you. I think it was perfect.
I
Right.
almost stabbed you, dumbass.
Curse purse!
You know what? I'm gonna stick my tongue out at the goddess.
Oh, I cannot help you on this one. Step away.
She looks at you like a mom looks at a unruly child. Ayla Marie Stormborn?
That's not her middle name.
She doesn't know your middle name. She's just guessing. Everyone's middle name is Marie.
Rear Elizabeth.
He's going to beat
Ayla
your
just
ass
raises
in the
an
parking
eyebrow.
lot.
Just give us a coin. Why are you fighting with the
Change?
goddess?
Yeah,
Just
make
change-
change.
Look. God damn it. Look, my patrons never paid into the curse first, and I don't intend to start.
What's your AC?
Not as high as I'd like it to be all of a sudden.
Yeah. Does a 27 hit?
Yeah.
All right. You're going to take no damage because you're immune to lightning, but you gain 6 stacks 11.
Oh my god.
as she zaps you.
Harder.
Fuck you, Zeus.
No, I think
You know,
she does just
that's
stare in the most deadpan, just harder.
She
really
goes,
the mommy? What?
she looks at you, Ramiel, and goes, "That one's a bad influence on you. Don't hang out with them anymore."
Oh my god.
Well, I
Uh,
like to think that my presence somewhat rectifies the bad behavior.
It doesn't.
Ouch.
That one's
Oh,
clearly
yeah.
Caldana's.
Mm.
It's okay. I'll take it up with her. Actually, no. I'll take it up with Soraya. Or Soraya.
Mhm.
Ryan?
Too many S names.
Yeah, Soraya.
I gave you the off ramp for that earlier this episode.
I know. It's so funny you came up with that off ramp and then you had to go and fucking undo it.
Retcon it effectively.
Yeah. But it made
Endless
sense
flip.
because it was like it was a
Oh,
neat thing of like
absolutely.
you go back in time and like, oh, she didn't change her
Absolutely.
name because she didn't lose her girlfriend. Yeah.
Absolutely, it's still hilarious.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Nova.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to go see Kelsey and or Yuki.
Yeah, probably Yuki first. I don't know if Kelsey's going to want to talk to me.
Kelsey's very much not talking to anybody. She anyone who goes near the dark side, she just tells she's busy working right now.
What's
Do you
Rise
mind
up?
if I join, or I can always just say that Ayla visited like separately later on?
It's up to you. I am simply trying to do Rialta's work here. Just no zappy zappy. It's fine either way.
I didn't intend to get zapped. I just
Oh, I meant you doing the zapping.
I can promise it won't be intentional.
Fair enough. I mean, you're welcome to come. We'll see if she allows. We'll see if she is alright with seeing both of us.
Yeah, you go to visit Yuki, who, she is in, not the infirmary, but one of the wards where they've been keeping the dead until they're ready to be buried or cremated. And she is sitting next to Melisandre's body. Indeed, Goatsefer is there, and is just quietly sitting and praying next to her.
She doesn't want to interrupt, but she'll just kind of pull a chair and sit beside her till she's done.
She eventually opens her eyes and looks up at you. Very sullen look in them as she glances over. Hello.
I wanted to offer my condolences.
She nods. Yeah. I tried to resurrect her this morning. She has gone on to the Geistmoor.
I don't know exactly how such magic works. Is there a reason why it did not work?
Any number of reasons. It's far from an exact science. Her soul may have been already called to a greater purpose that she had to go answer, or she didn't want to come back. It's also a possibility. Hard to know. When we reach death, it's believed that the weight of our life is finally lifted from our shoulders, and because of that, some choose not to return, even when offered the chance to. Some believe maybe their purpose has been fulfilled, or that it's their time. Or like I say, maybe she was called for something. Maybe a god or goddess had need of her. I don't know.
Exactly claim to be the expert here, but from what I saw of her, knew of her, I don't think she'd choose not to.
I like to think not. She led a very tough life. From when she was young, she was well, we grew up about as opposite as you can imagine. She grew up on the streets, and I grew up in the Temple of the Unredo. So we both lived through the war with Scala, and we met during that and hit it off.
She would have wanted you to be happy.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
She would have wanted you to be happy.
Oh, that
And-
much I do know.
And, well, I think whatever reason she has to not return, I think part of her felt that it would be helpful to you, whatever she's doing next.
Yeah. I keep telling myself that, but it doesn't make it any easier to imagine going to bed without her there.
No, it doesn't. Have you... When my mother passed away, when my little brother passed away, I sometimes would pretend to talk to him. He was never going to see past his... Well, he was never going to experience life. He died a child. I wasn't going to see him be an adult, get his first partner, anything like that, so I like to imagine what the future would be like for him. I think you can still talk to her in such a way.
She nods. And you see her reach out and remove Melisandre's wedding ring before sliding it onto her finger as well, now wearing both of them. I assume Kelsey's probably not taking it well.
I'm not sure if she will talk to us, but
No.
Anyone
No.
that's tried to talk to her was chased away with a hammer, so
Yeah. We'll probably need her wife to get here and talk to her. Thank you for coming and speaking with me.
of course. I wish there was more I could do. I'm sorry that the two of you were dragged into this.
No. Look, we were always destined to be dragged into something. She was Melisandre, and I worship the goddess of heroes. We were always going to get involved eventually. If it wasn't this, it'd have been something else.
How is Goatsifer?
She looks down as Goatsifer is just sitting there, chewing on nothing, it looks like. As he always is.
I will give him scritches.
He doesn't seem particularly bothered as you give him scritches. He's just a goat.
Thank goodness for that.
Feel like Commander here, should probably, make you the same promise I've made everyone else, that I make her sacrifice worth it, but as your friend, even if we're leaving here tomorrow, let me know if you need anything.
She looks at you. Make her sacrifice worth it. No. There is no making her sacrifice worth it. She can't be replaced, nor can she be lived up to.
I know.
Her sacrifice, if it could be worth it, it already is. She would think it was, because I'm alive. I live to see another day.
Well, I guess I'll put it this way then. She'll be one of many that I'll be thinking about when I ram a sword through Dracana.
She nods. If I might offer a piece of advice, as hard as it will be, and it will be, do not do it thinking about revenge. That isn't why you're going to kill Dracana. You're doing it to save this world, to stop a war, to end the violence. Remember that.
This is true.
You always do give the best advice.
No, unfortunately, the person who does that is laying here.
Look, even if it landed us in a jail cell that one time, it was still great advice.
She reaches out and holds Melisandre's hand.
It is easy to fall into darkness, into old habits, old coping, when something like this happens.
I can't dishonor her memory that way.
I know.
I gave up too much of the time we had together to that. And I'll never forgive myself for it. But I won't slide back into that now.
Good. But don't be a stranger, yes?
She smiles. No. I think I'm going to go try and convince my sister-in-law to cry. She gets up.
No, you're not going to want to, but make sure you eat something.
Well, you're right about that. I really don't want to. But thank you. I will. And she leans down and kisses Melisandre's forehead before telling the parishioner there that she's ready for... She can be taken to be cremated now.
I think Ayla's going to offer her a hug.
She definitely would give you each a hug.
Yeah.
Definitely that moment. It's the funeral hug where, it's just like the tight hug for a moment where there's really nothing to say. But
Yeah.
it's all you can do. And then she leaves to go and try and talk some sense into her sister-in-law. So if you hear a hammer, you'll know it didn't go well.
Look at Melisandre once more and look at goats of her.
Meh.
Yeah, that's a mood.
Meh.
I'm sorry your lady is gone.
He looks at you and then looks at her. And then it's a weird kind of like chuff that he gives at that.
I feel like you don't believe me. Just a goat anyway. Very long-lived goat, I should say.
Meh.
I've got my eye on you.
The goat would tell you that it has its eye on you, but it's blind, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so I know it told Brayley it's just a goat, but I don't think I believe it.
Rialto said it was just a goat too, but I don't either. I think he hides from druids. Just druids.
If you watch the goat for a little bit, after she's taken away to be cremated, the goat gets up and starts leaving.
Where's he going?
You want to follow him?
Yeah,
All right. You watch the goat.
yeah. Where's
As
the
you
goat?
follow the goat out,
Yeah.
it goes all the
Go,
way
go.
down towards the shore, jumps into the water, and starts swimming away.
What the fuck?
It's got places to be.
Where's this going?
Should we stop it? Like,
My people need
there's no way it
me.
can swim across the freezing ocean, right?
I telling you, I don't think this is just a goat.
I'm agreeing with you, but like,
Do you
I
want
don't
to
know
go?
if this is confirmation or.
No one will believe us.
That's the fucking truth.
Here's the thing. I don't
Yuki
want to
might.
go into the freezing water to stop a goat. Do you?
I don't want to know what happens to everything else in the saltwater if I touch it right now.
Yes. Well, that is fair. I think
I would feel really bad if I killed the goat by touching the water.
I think we should let the goat do its business, and we can alert Yuki later. Perhaps it can be. Perhaps it is a sign of something.
Yeah,
Perhaps
she's a
it-
cleric. If anyone's gonna figure it out, it's probably her.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the goat doesn't seem to be in distress as it's swimming away. She's got places to be.
Well, I'll leave a note for Yuki that Goatsufer took a dip in the ocean. We didn't see where he went.
Yep, seems fair.
Goatsufer
That
went that
way.
way.
He went over there.
Last
Just
scene.
draw, like, grab a world map, draw a line straight across with an arrow.
And a question mark.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's gonna go find the edge of the world. Except because Goatsufer thinks the world is flat. Which is a little unfortunate for Goatsufer. Alright, well, we go back. Do I get bonus points for doing my duty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bonus
Take an
points.
inspo.
Aw, thanks.
So,
So,
you all spend, a day recovering, talking to people, trying to get your head on straight. Is there anyone wanted to talk to before I start sending you on your way?
Ramiel would want to visit Yuki.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Caleb.
possibly with Melody if she sticks around.
Melody has not stuck around. She's got places to be. She lets you know that she has presents that she has to deliver because Hopestown's coming up.
Are the second chances coming with us, or is it just us going?
Just you guys.
All right. Ayla's gonna want to spend some time with Asuka then.
Yep, makes sense.
I think I did my stuff, so I just spend time whoever wants me with them.
Asuka is definitely having some shit because the two new girls that have shown up are weirding her out. Cobalt is having a fit because the technology is very primitive here, and she doesn't like it.
Has she considered that maybe she can fix that?
Yeah, I guarantee you she has.
How's she getting along with Kelsifer? Or not Kelsifer, Kelsey. Other K name.
She hasn't met Kelsey yet. That'll be an interesting meeting. That meeting is going to go one of two ways. They are either going to fight or fuck. And since Kelsey's married, it's probably going to be a fight.
I was gonna say, I thought Kelsey was older.
Kelsey's like 10 years older than her.
Okay.
Also, Cobalt is like
Cobalt's
solidly
like
demi
27, right?
ish, but like she's
Yeah.
also solidly demi. Like
Yeah, that's true. And Mina's here, so I mean, yeah. No, they're probably
Yeah.
just going to fight.
the world might end when they do, though.
No, Kelsey will win that fight very quickly. That will not go well for Cobalt.
She has the home field advantage.
Yeah, and she's very powerful.
Doesn't Cobalt have the invulnerable robot?
The robot's not here.
Oh, well, that is a problem for Cobalt.
Yeah. But yeah. You spend the evening with Asuka. Ramiel, you're able to go and talk with Yuki. I don't have a ton more for her to say than what she already did, but, if there's something you want to say to her, you can.
he'd want to be present for if she's willing, he'd want to be present for Melly's cremation.
So she's actually not present for the cremation. She's just presented the ashes later.
Ah, okay. Well,
Yep.
I'll be there for the cremation at the very least. If anything, I would offer to present the ashes to her.
Sure. Yeah, you could bring her the ashes. It's because it's one of those things of like there's so many people being cremated and buried here that it's happening in mass groups. Like it's not like an individual cremation ceremony. She's one of like 100 in that in that batch. But yeah, you're able to collect her ashes and bring them up to Yuki. She has finally gotten Kelsey to go take a nap, at least. But you can already see that the dark side has had a lot of work done on it because Kelsey's hyper-focusing, because if she focuses on the dark side, she doesn't have to think about her sister being dead. Which is healthy. Right?
It's totally normal process.
Oh, that's why.
What if it helps fix a war?
He's gonna.
Then you
knock
have to
on
deal
the,
with it after the war.
What if she doesn't, though?
Then she will stay traumatized.
Oh.
He's gonna.
What if instead of dealing with it after the war, just find another war?
Oh, God.
Or take up drinking.
That's called re-traumatizing.
Yeah. But yeah, you approach Yuki, who
Traumas will
is
make a
kind of
havoc.
leaning against the side railing of the dark side and glances at you. Hello, Ramiel.
Evening.
She looks up. It is. She looks at the urn in your hands and nods. That be for me?
It would. Yes.
She reaches out and takes it and kind of holds it against herself. She looks at you. There's clearly a lot of emotion on her face, but she isn't crying, so there's that.
I know this will sound like platitude, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry for your loss.
She nods. It does sound like platitude, but it's still nice to hear.
You and her were the closest I had to living with, well, living legends. You weren't whispers yourselves, but you were closely associated with them, and
Yeah.
I don't know, some parts of me thought that meant you were invincible. You're infallible, and
Oh. Well. Sadly, we are neither invincible nor infallible. I made more mistakes than I can count. And she looks at Melisandre's urn. And neither are we invincible. Everything that lives eventually dies, Ramiel. Everything. But that is the beauty of the cycle that was given to us. Because everything that dies will eventually live again. True. Next time Melisandre lives, she won't remember me. Nor will I recognize her when I see her. But it doesn't invalidate the time we spent together. Makes it more precious. I think about what it is I'm going to miss most. Because there's so many things that it could be. The goat, that was a lot. Drove me nuts more often than not. Is it going to be her telling me that she loves me? Yeah, I'm going to miss that. Is it going to be her cooking? I'm going to miss that. But that's not what I'm going to miss most. Sometimes when she's asleep, she'll just giggle for no reason that I can tell. Maybe she's dreaming or whatnot. But she'll just giggle. Just 2 seconds, and then it'll pass. And that's what I'm going to miss most. The little things about her that only I know. That's what I'm going to miss the most. She brushes a tear off her cheek. I can't remember what we argued about the last time we fought. Doesn't matter anymore.
Will married life be like that?
If you're with the right person. Yeah. Your first year together, you'll notice all the big things, but it'll be the stuff after that that you cherish. You'll love them more every year. They'll become more a part of you and you more a part of them, and you won't be able to help yourself, you know? You'll just notice these things. They'll become what you treasure. And to anyone else in the world, it would be inconsequential and it wouldn't matter. They would tell you that you don't really love them because you can only think of stupid shit like that. To you, it means everything. That is what being in love is. At least for me.
I get it. I feel blessed that I found that in not just the one person, but all of you.
She smiles at you and nods. I'm sure one day I will find someone who makes me feel that way again. I'll admit the first thought I had was that I would never love again, but I know Melisandre would actually hit me if I said that out loud, so. I know eventually when the pain has receded enough, I'm sure I'll love again.
I resolved myself with... Well, frankly, I couldn't think of a future past this. I was prepared to give my life for my family, my friends, for the people who loved me. For the people I loved. And it wasn't until I visited my sisters, after thinking decades that I was an orphan, that I lost the only family I had. If it wasn't for Melody and her family, I would not have known the warmth, the kindness, I would not have realized that what I sought, what I found myself feeling jealous of with the whispers and silence I'd find in the mortal reminders.
She nods. If I might offer a piece of advice, Ramiel. She glances down at the urn that she's holding. It might seem like a great thing, an honorable and noble thing to give your life for your family and friends and loved ones. But I promise you, they would much prefer you live for them. Take it from me.
Well, dying is easy.
It's not easy.
No,
No.
it is easy. Living is much, much harder.
Yes. Yes, it is. But I now have a sister who needs someone to be strong, and I now have a legacy to carry on, so I am going to have to take the hard route too. So I'll live if you do.
Well, I hope you do. If you're invited to the wedding.
She smiles. I would very much like to see that.
I won't wear a dress. You don't have to either.
Oh.
If you'd prefer some other.
Oh, no, I think you look very nice in a dress.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
She pulls you into a hug. And then she is going to go take the urn and find a place of honor for it in her room. Meanwhile, Layla, you wanted to go and find Orion.
Yeah.
Which is easy enough to do. He is, you find him down by the shore, and he is smoking a cigarette, which is not something you've ever seen him do before.
I feel obligated to tell you that that's not recommended.
He chuckles and looks at you as he takes a drag off of it. Yeah, I know, but it was a habit of mine a long time ago when I was younger, and I gave it up after my sibling and my mom died. But I don't know, tonight it felt right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Doctor, I'm going to have to ask for a pass this one time.
Oh, understood. I simply had to mention it. I can't tell you what to do or not do.
He nods. Motions for you to sit next to him.
How are your injuries?
Oh, I feel all right. It's been a tough day, but I suppose compared to everybody else, I came out of it all right.
And you had said we're splitting up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. I wanted to make sure you were still feeling up to it.
He nods. We're going to leave enough of an army here to make a sizable garrison to protect the place. And then I'm planning on splitting off the remainder, sailing us south around the bottom of the neck, beyond the frozen coast, and try to meet up in Gold Coast, just in time for the other attack to arrive. Try and pincer them.
It sounds solid enough. I will admit to not having particularly much of a head for strategy myself.
Well, it's better than sitting here doing nothing.
Yes. But she'll eye the cigarette and everything. I want to make sure you're taking proper care of yourself. Seeing as you are so important to a very good friend of mine.
He nods. Yeah, I mean, I've lost soldiers, but never someone directly on my team before. Losing Rain was hard. Harder than I thought it would be. You think after losing your sibling and your mother, it wouldn't be too hard to watch see death anymore, but as it turns out, it still is. Still gets you.
Well, I would say that that's a positive thing. That you can still feel that your sense of connection hasn't scarred over or anything.
He chuckles. My mama used to say that the amount of grief you feel when you lose someone is opposite the amount of love you had for them. If you stop grieving, it means you stop loving.
Also a fair way to put it.
You know.
But I need you to come back. Because Romeo needs you to come back.
Orion nods.
He's already been through so much difficulty. And the others in our group have each other. But being outside of that, the two of us have always had a slightly different connection.
What about you, Layla? Who do you have?
Yeah. For right now, Miss Captain Lily.
She's a bitch. That's a choice.
Yeah. It is what it is.
He
We
chuckles.
cannot say anything on the others. So long as we find ourselves happy.
Hey. You melt the Ice Queen's heart, I'll be the first to cheer you on. Find your comfort where you can. That is good advice.
Something to that effect.
He nods. And you see him stub out his cigarette. God, I missed smoking. But if I start picking it up as a habit again, I'll never get to kiss Romeo, so unfortunately, it'll have to just be that one.
Good. I'll hold you to that.
Please do. He gets up. Layla. Sometimes those of us who look to heal the others the most are the ones who need healing. Don't you point at me.
Oh, no. I meant to just point at in general.
Oh, okay.
That's Layla's character.
That's true.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You like how this session is just me calling out everybody?
Laughing in their sleep, huh?
Yeah. I
Sorry,
don't know where I came up
giggling
with
in
that.
their sleep. Yeah, I wonder.
Can't imagine.
Can't imagine.
She'll just sort of smirk back at him. Man, I have also heard that.
He nods. He hugs you. He does smell of smoke. which is not pleasant.
She's actually surprised by him hugging her so like there's that second hesitation and then it's like, oh, we're doing this.
Oh, we're doing a hug now. Oh, we're on a hugging basis now. Okay, interesting.
I didn't expect this. All right.
Yep. But after that, you see him start heading up the beach to head back to see Ramiel. He's going to change clothes first because he smells like smoke.
Solid choice.
Yeah. Yeah. So. It is bright and early the next day. Ayla, roll D4 for me and add 1.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Add
Yeah.
5 more, please.
Callie,
Yeah.
that's 40.
It can't be. You were at 26.
You added 6,
But
remember?
29, and then you did 6, and I got
5.
Oh, 6 and 5. That's 40. Awesome. I'll remember that. You are feeling extra crispy when you wake up.
I mean, it's a little over 40, but you said 40 was the...
The next
Great.
limit.
Outstanding. Hey, who did you sleep with last night?
I presume the polycule piled in together.
All of them?
Oh,
Now is the
no.
time to speak up if you don't want to be.
I think all of them, yeah. If we got limited time
Did
with
we get
Ayla, I
hurt?
think we would,
Great.
Yeah.
Just
what
slept
happened
in
to
a
us?
giant pile.
Awesome.
What happened to us?
Love that. I don't know.
Yes, you do.
there's so much just mischievous energy.
Yeah, no. In the night, I would say around morning when you kind of tip over the 40 marker, everyone make a perception check except for Ayla, who's in the room. Sorry. So Nova, Brayley, and Asuka.
I wasn't reaching for my dice.
You can make it actually. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh.
I have a +0. So.
Oh!
What the hell?
Oh. Okay.
What have a natural 20?
All right.
Everyone is very perceptive about her right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Not Asuka. Asuka is drooling on a pillow. But Brayley and Nova,
Yeah.
you awaken that morning because you were both resting on Ayla's chest, and it is starting to pulsate and glow.
Ayla?
When you say pulsate,
I mean the lightning veins are like growing bright, dimming a little bit, growing bright, dimming a little bit.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
okay.
Brayley, get
Okay.
Asuka out of here. Ayla!
Really, we'll pick up Asuka and just go.
Yeah.
Visually pulsing, not physically.
Yeah, no.
Is it like-
pulsing.
Brayley, you grab Asuka and hurry out of the room. Nova, what are you doing?
I am trying to wake up Ayla and then get out of there.
How do you wake her up?
I shout her name as I'm getting out of there.
All right, Ayla, you're awakened by a shout.
I think Ayla probably, like... You know, someone shouting her name, she's probably grabbing her sword and, like, halfway out of bed before she realizes that she is, in fact, the problem here.
Great. Nova,
Yeah.
how far do you go?
Over 30 feet.
Okay, great. Then none of you have to make a save.
Sorry, Ayla.
Ayla, all in a 20-foot radius around you, as some of this excess lightning triggers out, a 20-foot radius cylinder of lightning erupts up to the heavens, blasting through the roof, disintegrating it in a heartbeat, and going all the way up into outer space as you let out a scream.
Once it's done,
Sure
I
hope
go
there was
back
no
to-
bedrooms above us.
If there was, there's not anymore.
I thought we were like in a tent, not gonna lie.
Look up. Oh. Caleb's gone off again. Grab my bag, head off.
I
He's
will.
Yeah,
Well,
Sir,
okay.
Saria definitely looks up and goes, "Oh, well, Ayla's dead."
Oh my god.
I head back in once it's over.
Well, it's hard to head
Yeah.
back in because the whole building's destroyed. So you basically just walk into the rubble now.
Okay.
And
Am I
Ayla,
alive?
yeah, Ayla looks fine.
I'm gonna assume that Oscar's
How does she
awake by now.
feel?
I apologize for shouting and running away from you. I sort of panicked
No,
and
no. Good call.
not immune to lightning, so
Asuka
good
is
call.
just staring at the utter devastation. It was not your intention.
God damn it. I feel like
Is she okay?
I'm going to assume what little clothes she probably had on did not survive.
No.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm assuming you weren't wearing anything because I assumed there was sex before you went to bed, so.
that's why all the loving charges happened. All right.
I told you to avoid strenuous activity.
Yeah.
Being
we,
tied down strenuous?
All right. How do you feel? Do you feel any different? Any less?
I don't know, Callie, how do I feel?
You feel great.
How's her loving charges?
I don't know. What are they at? They didn't go down.
They didn't go down.
No.
Oh my god.
Do I get more from that tipping over, or
Nope.
okay?
You don't get more from that. But let me know when you get to 60.
Is something really good gonna happen?
Probably.
Good for you.
Depends.
All right. We
I feel like I could fly laps around the continent, if I'm honest.
All right. That's probably worrisome. But you're not glowy and pulsing anymore, so let's hope for the best on that. We should probably help clean this up.
Are they still pulsing?
No,
Why is Callie
nope,
typing?
they've calmed down now.
Oh, okay. I get concerned when I see Callie typing.
Oh, no,
Reasonably.
She's just typing on the chat.
Well, after Ayla gets some clothes on, and everyone else does, which is hard because you do have to go find clothes because all your ones that were in there have been disintegrated.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that.
So you all have to go over naked next door to get some clothes. And but you do. You're able to get supplied. You also have to explain to some of the officers the fuck.
Does,
Listen, it
does
was
Ayla's
like that
sword
when we
survive,
got
or do
here.
I just straight up need to find a new weapon again?
I'll say your sword survived.
We're gonna pretend our equipment is fine.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
your equipment's fine. Your just clothes weren't.
not gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should be sleeping in a tent after this.
Well, good news. You're about to go on the road, and that's gonna be your only choice.
Fair enough.
Were there people above us? Was this a multi-story building?
Uh,
Sure hope not.
It was a multi-story building. However, due to noise complaints, the upstairs neighbors evicted.
I was gonna say, like, just she probably would have picked like the top floor of a building in general, because
Yeah.
ASMR likes being high up.
It's
Not
fine.
a perch.
Exactly.
It is that day where you all, after breakfast, head up to the Temple of the Argenti, where you meet with Riki. She is now wearing the robes of a lady of the city. She does not look comfortable in them at all, but she looks at you as she meets up with you and smiles. Well, the children of the deep have freed our people, and needless to say, have secured an ally in us. We will send whatever we can, along with the children of the deep who are going to Gold Coast to meet up with the rest of the army. And we have gathered supplies for you for your journey as well through the mountains.
Thank you.
If my parents were alive, I have no doubt they would have something wise to say to you. But I do not. I can only wish you the best.
I'm sorry that we were not there in time, but they live on through you.
It's not your fault.
If
The
I
one
could
who is to
maybe-
blame resides in the Morning Peak, which happens to be your destination.
That is true.
If I could maybe offer you some advice. Someone else
Any-
who was thrust into a very high office very quickly.
All advice cheerfully accepted.
People are going to tell you get used to it. Don't get used to it because that's when you get complacent.
She nods. That is very wise. I will do my best to remember it. Well, please come with me. And she leads you deeper into the temple. And in the far back, there is a statue of Argenti. Not Argenti in their partially mortal form, Argenti as the full dragon. It takes up half the back wall. But as she goes over to it, she grips onto one of the claws on its front left foot and twists, and it kind of bends forward, and it starts to slide over about 5 feet, revealing a passageway out the back of the temple. And when she looks to you, this tunnel will take you to the canyon and to the valley pass through. As far as we know, no one knows you're coming. And I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
I'll need it.
She nods. And stands aside to allow you all to begin your journey to the Morning Peak.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a good time for it, but Nova, do you remember when you had offered your dream services?
Oh, the dream spell. Yes.
Yes, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did in fact meet up with my sister, and she has been very busy. We may see her and her team taking the other end of this tunnel.
Wonderful. I'm glad she's all right.
She's more than alright. She's more sure of herself.
Sometimes we have to take big risks to find ourselves. I know I did when I was her age.
I know, I just didn't want her to blame herself even more.
Well, she'll stop once we all join back together again. I'm sure of it.
We'll have a few choice words when we do.
Yes, that's such is the way of siblings, from my understanding.
And with that, you all set off into the pass for a 3-day journey all the way through towards the Dawn Gate. That's where we're going to wrap up for tonight.
Woo!